So for you, how did you get involved in objectivism?
I think probably the starting point would be when I was about 14, I decided I should probably figure out which religion is true. And so I went on, they had America Online back then, like the very earliest internet. And I forget exactly how I stumbled upon it, but I read an essay that was about atheism. And I was like, yeah, that makes perfect sense. And I became very pro-reason and anti-religious, but I was always uncomfortable with this idea that this was just a negative view. It was saying religion is wrong. I wanted to know what was positive, how should I live my life? Yeah. And it was mostly by accident about a year later that I stumbled on the works of Ayn Rand. And there was just this combination of being pro-reason, but really concerned with humanity at its best, about human greatness. I completely gravitated towards.
Were you brought up with a specific religion in your house?
I was nominally Christian. Like once in a while, my parents would get really excited, take us to church, and then it was just kind of faded away. So it was never a serious presence in my life. And so I had the kind of intellectual freedom to explore things, but I also didn't have that kind of like intellectual education in terms of how to really think about philosophy. And so even though I became interested in Ayn Rand at 15, it took me a good another decade before I even started to get a handle on what it really meant to think in a first-handed way about philosophical issues and to fully get a sense of how to guide my life by a philosophy.
Which were the first books that you read of Rand?
Well, the first one I got was Philosophy, Who Needs It? And I was like, this sounds intriguing. And I kind of peeked through it a little bit. And I didn't read a lot of fiction. So it was only about a year after I became really persuaded by her ideas that I finally went and read Atlas Shrugged. And the most striking thing about it was realizing that I had no clue what she was talking about until I saw it embodied in the way that these characters were living.
Yeah, the same for me. It's like when I read Atlas Shrugged, I was like, you understand that there are like two mentalities that are always struggling in the world, right? The collectivist mentality and the individual mentality. And I think that that's the good thing about objectivist philosophy. It's going first to the root of why a philosophy is needed to live a life. And then you can go into the different subjects like economics, politics, academia, entrepreneurship.